What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the CUFC YouTube channel, where Bromley have just drawn with Carlisle United with some more late drama with a 92nd minute equaliser this week. It's finished Bromley 1, Carlisle United 1 in the game, which is a bit of an awkward one, really, because it feels like a really big positive. I thought overall it was a positive performance, don't get me wrong. There's moments in the game that unfortunately have decided the game for Carlisle, but it feels more positive the way that it ended. You know, we've shown great character again. We did it last week against Salford. We've shown great character to get back into a game and to get a point very late on, you know, a 92nd minute equaliser to get the point. But overall disappointing because it's a game that we should have won. We had way more chances than Bromley. We just were not clinical, unfortunately, and it's frustrating, but there's also quite a lot of positives to take. There's a couple of things to address, I must say, before we look at the positives, before we look at the game. Cameron Harper playing centre defensive midfield. Strange, considering he's a left-back, but hey-ho. Obviously, Ben Williams was back, which it was good to see him back, apart from one moment in the game. But the substitute, it baffled me a little bit because Cameron Harper stayed on the pitch, I believe, and then he's brought Taylor Charters on for Ben Williams. So I was thinking, okay, Taylor Charters in midfield, Cameron Harper can go to left back, but no, Cameron Harper stayed in centre defensive midfield, and Taylor Charters went to left wing back, which I know Taylor Charters has played left wing back before, but it's not where I would play him personally. I just think. Williamson, he's been here now for a number of weeks. This is his 12th or 13th game in charge of Carlisle United. You know, something like, we're in double figures anyway. It just doesn't feel like he knows what his best combinations are on the pitch. Obviously, losing to Earl Thomas the international break can't be helped. But the midfield, for me, next week, I'd have Callum Guy and I'd have Dylan McGeoch as the two defensive centre midfielders. You know, Dylan McGeoch on the bench today. Hopefully, he's fully fit to be able to play. That's what I would start with next week. I don't have any other option for me. I'm not saying Cameron Harper had a bad game, but I think Cameron Harper's a left back and he should be playing left back or left wing back. But yeah, I'd have Guy and McGeoch in there. I also thought just to look more positively, Harris looks a real good player. Him and Sadie in that sort of attacking midfield winger, whatever our formation was, role. You know, the amount of times they were picking the ball up, turning and driving into the attack looked really positive. But overall, as I say, Carlisle disappointing. No clinicalness going forward, really. I thought the substitutes were poor. They don't exactly throw you when you see, you know, substitutes of Jack Ellis, Taylor Charters and Josh Feller when you're getting beat 1-0. With no disrespect to the players coming on the pitch, you know, but Luke Armstrong is a striker and he's coming on with however many minutes left. The way I think he came on with maybe about 4 minutes to go or 8 minutes to go or whatever, whenever it was. I just thought the substitutes were poor. And unfortunately, I think really two poor decisions in the game have dropped 2 points for us, because I thought we should have been winning that game of football, to be honest with you. But looking at the game then, you know, Carlisle were playing ourselves into trouble early on in the game. We were playing out from the back. Bromley's press was very high. They were playing a very aggressive style of press on the Carlisle United, which, you know, early on we looked shaky in the game. Although Gabe Breeze looked a bit shaky when he was being pressed on corners and being pressured and stuff, which is understandable. But Bromley were doing that. I think Carlisle did quickly settle into the game, to be fair. We had a couple of good opportunities. It was a great turn from Dom Sadai, and he plays it into Callum Guy. Callum Guy plays the ball through, and Dan Adjuajay has the shot, but a good save from their goalkeeper to keep it out. And just on that again with Sadai and Harris, the position they were playing in, they kept getting themselves into pockets of space. They would then turn into the space and drive into attack. Real intent to go forward, which is really good to see, because it's not something we've seen very often recently for Carlisle. You know, Owen Moxon's maybe not the best example, because, you know, Owen Moxon could play the pass and that would penetrate the back line, but the ability to take the ball forward, to carry the ball forward, it was good, I thought, today from Harrison Sadai. And then there was a brilliant save from Gabe Rees. Their corner came in, and it's a looping header. It is dipping under the bar. It's great save from Breeze to tip it over. And again, you know, you've got Breeze. He was coming out for every ball. You know, he was getting contact on it. He looked confident, which then makes the defence look a bit more confident. When he was being pressured on the corners, looked a bit shaky, but he's still getting the contact on the ball to get the ball away and stuff like that. I don't think that's actually made any sense what I've just said. But, you know, he's not cowering under the pressure. He's still trying to make himself the biggest man in that box. He's still trying to get the contact onto the ball to get it away from him. And there was a good play from John Mellish and Kaheem Harris on the right-hand side. Harris plays it into Dominic Sadai. A lovely little dummy, sends his man. Really good save from their goalkeeper. Only one thing I would really say about Dominic Sadai, a lot of his shooting opportunities, don't get me wrong, again, a pressured environment, you're being closed down, but a lot of his shots were directly at the goalkeeper, not really making the goalkeeper work. Which just comes back to that consistency factor, of not being able to really get decent opportunities and to get them goal-scoring opportunities. The clinicalness is what I'm looking for there, really. We had a flurry of chances in the last sort of 5 minutes. John Mellish had a penalty shout. It looked like their player took his standing leg. For me, not a penalty. I don't think you're getting that, to be honest. And then the second half, well, I mean, Bromley came out so aggressive in that first sort of 2-3 minutes. Into the second half, I thought their player, Dan Imre, unbelievable. He looked like a really good player. I was very surprised when the commentator said that he's only just came in for this game because someone's suspended. He looked a real good player, that Imre. Really causing us problems. Unfortunately, one of them problems was when he took it past John Mellish. John Mellish probably could get a tackle in a bit earlier, to be fair. He has then been given that opportunity to get into the box, but an absolutely stupid tackle from Ben Williams. He's nowhere near the ball. He's not getting anywhere near the ball. Gives away a penalty, and that's that's poor decision number one that's cost us in the game. Unfortunately, him going in to make that tackle, and it was frustrating at this point because Carlisle had dominated the game, and it's down to an individual mistake or individual error, whatever you want to call it. You know, it was a stupid tackle, gives away a penalty. Bromley take the lead. Good penalty, good finish from their lads. And yeah, it was disappointing. And Carlisle didn't really sort of bounce back straight away. I thought we went flat for a good 15 minutes of the game. Adjuajay had some really good close control play, good close control dribbling, had a good run here, and it looks like he's trying to sort of lob the goalkeeper, and I just edged it over the bar. Maybe just put your laces through it, but yeah, just over the bar. Callum Guy had an effort as well outside the foot from over the bar, but I thought we did have a bit of a flat 15 or so minutes after conceding the goal. And then there was sort of a changing point in the game where their player has been sent off for elbowing Sam Lavelle quite late after the ball. Straight red card from the referee. Good spot from the referee, who was dishing out cards for fun in the games. Ridiculous, some of the cards he was giving out. But yeah, it was a red card. He has elbowed him in the face. But that sort of clicked us, and you sort of felt as if, right, let's go now. We've got a man advantage with the last sort of 5-10 minutes or so. Let's go. And then Dominic said, with a really good through ball to Dan Adjuajay, sorry, and Adjuajay, he's got to it, and unfortunately the goalkeeper has got really good reactions to be able to react to the situation and to cut out the ball across to Luke Armstrong. But I thought, again, the two Bournemouth lads looked really good in their exchange play. You know, you can tell they've played together before, even at such a young age. And then in the 92nd minute, 7 minutes of added time, Ben Barkley gets a long throw in. It sort of bounces around in the box. Dominic Adju, oh my God, Dan Adjuajay gets the ball under control. Not honestly, just bouncing the ball, gets it under control. He's got his back to goal. Nice little turn, good little finish into the bottom corner, makes it 1-1. Really good character and resilience from Carlisle to get back into the game at that point. you were looking as the clock's ticking down. You were hoping in sort of the 70th minute we'd nick a goal and level it. We kept going. We had a couple of opportunities, and 92nd minute it does pay dividends with a goal. A good finish from Ajuajayi on the turn, to be fair to him, and hopefully that's a confidence builder for him in the game. And then what happened then was Bromley had a free kick. This was literally in the 97th minute. The referees obviously added a couple of minutes on because of Carlisle United's goal there. But free kick comes in from Bromley and we intercept it. Now, Taylor Charters gets the ball on the left-hand side, and Taylor Charters is away on the left-hand side. There's a man in the middle. I'm not sure who the man in the middle was, actually. But there's a man running through the middle anyway. Taylor Charters is running straight through, and his touch just sort of, I think, just let him down slightly. He's took a heavy touch, obviously, you're running onto it, which is understandable, but the touch just sort of takes him, because of the defenders on him, it's made him difficult to square the ball. So he's ended up shooting, which the defenders quite easily blocked. There was an opportunity earlier in the game where the corner came short, and he sort of took that long to take the shot. The defender was just there. And it felt like this here, the touch just stopped the momentum of the run, where he could have maybe got that ball across to the man in the middle. I generally don't know who it was, but the ball was there. He took the shot anyway. The goalkeeper's, the defender, blocked him. And that was sort of decision number 2 in the game. You've got, you'd sort of 2-1, 2-on-1, two attackers, 1 defender. So you got the goalkeeper there as well, but we just couldn't. I think that chance really just sums up Carlisle at the moment. Sort of the decision making and the clinicalness in the final third is what is costing us points at the end of the day. Obviously, I know defensively we haven't been great, but scoring goals is what's going to get you out of a situation like we are currently in. We are, at the minute, to be fair, we're only in the relegation zone on goal difference. A Dan Butterworth goal, funny enough, helped Swindon to some points earlier today. But 23 shots Carlisle had in total. And you're coming away from that. Bromley had 9 shots, 2 on target. We had 23 shots, only 5 of them on target. And it feels disappointing not to come away with the win, but also at the same time we came away with a draw, where at one point we were coming away with nothing. So I guess you'll take it. You come into, we had Salford last week, got 3 points there. We beat Morecambe in a pointless game, but another victory. And then we got a point down at Bromley today. So 3 away games in a week. 1-2, drawn 1. It's not bad, and you're starting to see, some confidence. That was genuinely a positive performance today, in my opinion, for Carlisle United. I thought we played the ball around well. I think Bromley opened themselves up by doing the very high aggressive press at times, but it started. I think if Carlisle United can get a consistent starting 11 and substitutes, and continue to build their confidence playing this way, we'll be all right. But we really need to find the back of the net a little bit more often, don't we, as well? But all in all, a positive performance for Carlisle United. We take on Doncaster at the weekend, which will be a very difficult game, where my best friend Jordan Gibson will probably come back and score a hat-trick against us. But that's next week for Carlisle. What are your thoughts on the game? Were you down in Bromley? If you were, safe travels back to any Blues fans after that 6.5 hour trip down to the capital. If you watched it on Sky like I did, let me know what you thought of the game in the comments down below. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. I've been CU4, and I'll see you in the next one. It's gotta go somewhere.